tried making something with green tea apart from making a tea out of it? Well, I do. I sometimes add it into my smoothies, my breads, cupcakes, and more. And this being the festive season, I'm going to be making something really special with green tea, and that's called the Green Tea Coconut Ladoo. And I'm going to be using Tetley's long leaf green tea to make this. So without wasting any time, let's dive right in to see how to make this dish. Now to begin making the Green Tea Coconut Ladoos, first I have to grind the green tea to make a fine powder. I've used Tetley's long leaf green tea, and that's how it looks. It's slightly greenish brownish color, and I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons approximately and add it to a small grinding jar so that making a powder of it is really simple. So now that I've made a fine powder of the green tea, notice how it looks. It's got a nice rich green color and it's really fine. And this not only adds color to the ladoo but also taste, nutrition and flavor as well. So now let's proceed to make the ladoos made out of coconut. Now to make the green tea coconut ladoos, I have the pan that is preheated and I'm going to add a little bit of ghee. And we're going to roast the coconut until we get a nice roasted aroma of the coconut. This is freshly grated coconut that I'm going to add into the pan. And we'll roast the coconut in ghee until you smell the coconut coming through, but make sure that you don't brown the coconut. So roast it in low to medium heat for about 3 to 4 minutes, and that's it. I can smell a beautiful roasted aroma coming out of the coconut, and it's just perfect. Notice that it is not browned. It's dried up a little bit, and the moisture has been taken out because we're roasting it. At this stage, I'm going to add in the green tea powder that we just ground. Okay, just tap it in. And give it a stir. And now I'm going to add in the freshly pounded cardamom powder. So along with the green tea flavor, we'll also have some cardamom flavor to it. Give it a quick stir. And lastly, we need a binding agent, and I'm going to be using condensed milk. Add in the condensed milk. And give it a stir. We will cook the coconut for about 10 to 15 minutes. Sometimes it could be less, until the entire mixture comes into a ball, comes away from the sides of the pan and forms like a halwa-like consistency, right? So we'll keep cooking the coconut in the condensed milk until it all comes together. Notice that the condensed milk has completely absorbed into the coconut, and the coconut is also getting a little bit dry, and all the moisture is also absorbed from the pan, and this is exactly the consistency that we want. If we stir it a little longer, it'll become more dry and it tends to get brown. At this stage, I'm going to transfer it to a pan and cool it down completely and then shape them into balls. Now that the green tea ladoo mixture is cooled down completely and I'm able to hold it comfortably in my hand, and it's still warm, make sure that it's still warm. And before I start rolling the balls, I'm going to grease my hands with a little more ghee so that ladoo doesn't stick to my fingers. Okay, so now take a small portion. You can make lemon-sized portions or bite-sized portions. I most often like to keep bite-sized portions because it's easier to bite and it doesn't crumble and break down as well. Okay, so make sure that you press and roll it into a ball which is nice and even. And I have some desiccated dry coconut over here, and I'm going to roll the green tea ladoos on the dry coconut and place it. And I'm going to proceed to make the ladoos the similar way. Wasn't it really simple to make a green tea coconut ladoo? Well, I'm going to take a bite of it. I'm going to tell you how it tastes. I love the texture. It's not heavy and dense. And the flavor of green tea is just subtle and it just blends perfectly with the coconut ladoos. You have to give it a try.